Hey everybody, it's Julie Littlechild here, and today I wanted to talk to you about a really quick and simple form of client feedback, which is the client poll. Now, just for context, when I'm talking about a poll, I'm talking about a quick question, maybe two questions that you go out to your clients with on a more frequent basis. Now, I'm comparing that to a broader client feedback survey, which I still believe is a great idea. This is a way to have more interaction with your clients on different topics more frequently. So let's talk a bit about that. That's what a poll is, a quick question or two. Why do we do this? Well, first of all, it provides you with great insight. You can go out very quickly and gather information that will be helpful to you in designing your client experience. That's one reason. The other reason is it can also be used to just keep your finger a little more closely on the pulse of your clients. So we'll talk about some topics, but it's a way for you to reach out and just see, is there anything on the minds of my clients, broadly speaking, that may be important for me to know about to help me support them? So there's a couple of reasons I think that we would want to do this. How do we do it? SurveyMonkey. There are other forms of other programs that you can use. I use SurveyMonkey because it has such a range. It can go from quick, simple, and free up into, we have a very advanced level that we use of it because we do large-scale surveys, but it really does fit your needs. You can have somebody else do this quite inexpensively, or you could, or somebody on your team could learn to program a couple of questions pretty easily. So that's how we can do it. It will create a link. You can either send out an invitation directly through the system by loading in emails, or you could just create a generic link to your poll and email that out to your clients. What do we do with the information? Well, it depends on the question. If you're asking a question around, say, what topics are clients interested in learning about, then that is data. That is insight to help you to structure your client experience more effectively. However, there are also questions, if you broaden your thinking a little bit about what you could do with this, that would allow you to share information, create a bit of community with your clients. So let's look at a few of the different types of questions that we can ask, and then just wrap up by looking at the impact that this might have. Three different forms of questions that I think, there are others of course, but three I think that are important. One is just to gather input, insight, or feedback from your clients, perhaps about something that is current. So there could be something in the news that you know might be on your client's mind, and you send out a quick poll that says, how concerned are you about this? On a scale of 1 to 5, rate your level of concern. So that is insight for you. That will help you say, all right, I've got a feel for where my clients are. Now, do I need to do anything more proactive to support them? It also lets them know that it's on your mind. You acknowledge that certain events might be important to them. So that's one way to think about it. The other is more designed specifically to help you craft your client experience. So I mentioned this earlier. Here are 5 different topics that we're looking at covering in our client education over the next year, which would be most valuable to you. So you're gathering insight, and then of course you respond to that by actually delivering what they've asked for. Now, the final way you can think about polls can be a little more quirky, a little more fun, but it's a way to share information. So if you think about your client base as a community, they may not be connected to one another directly, but you can create a sense of community. So imagine you sent out a poll that asked for your clients' input on a particular topic, maybe not a weighty topic, but something that would be of interest, and then you share all those results back with your clients. You work with families, and you send out a question on how they've handled allowance for the children. Every parent has thought about this at some point, so that's a great way to then gather that insight and then share it among all of your clients. You could even be a bit more quirky, a bit lighter. What's your favorite vacation spot? What's the best restaurant in town? It's just a way of reaching out and then using that to share to create community. So 3 different types of polls, 3 different types of information, and then ultimately 3 different ways that you might use that information as well. So the impact of polls, I think, are significant. They give you insight on particular topics. They create another way to keep the conversation going with your client. So important to have that ongoing conversation even when you're not meeting with them. And you can use them to create a sense of community across all of your clients. All good reason to consider polls. So let me know if you consider doing it, and hope you found that idea helpful. Take care. Bye-bye.